Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, as you can see here, we are in Throne and Liberty. This is the full release for the Korean version, and I wanted to go ahead and give you guys and girls my first impressions. This is early impressions. As you can see, I'm level 22 currently, so this isn't going to be obviously like a full review. This isn't going to be an end game review because I'm just not there yet. I was a little bit late on getting myself a verified account because you need a verified account to be able to play in Korea. And to be honest, I just haven't been trying to rush. There's a lot of people that are max leveled already, but they've literally been just grinding the game non-stop, rushing to max level. And I didn't want to do that. But as you can see here, the game is absolutely graphically beautiful. This is one of the, I'm playing on mostly high graphics. And you can zoom out, you can go really far out, and obviously of course you can zoom in just to make it look a lot nicer for yourself, more immersive. And yeah, I just wanted to basically state here, I've been seeing a lot of mixed opinions on the game. Now apparently this isn't doing too well in Korea right now, and believe it or not, I think it's not doing too well because the pay to win isn't that egregious. Now obviously there is pay to win because it's it's the Korean version, it's a free to play MMO, it's made by NCSoft, who are known for having pay to win in their games, but apparently that's one of the reasons why it's tanking in Korea, which is a little bit strange if you ask me. But anyway, so I wanted to talk about the things that I enjoy in this game so far. So I enjoyed the world, I enjoyed the graphics, it's amazing. I actually enjoy the combat. It's a tap target game, if you don't already know. Previously, the combat was severely static. I don't know if you saw my previous video and all the other videos before, but it was a mess. It was literally you stand still, you couldn't move while attacking. But they've actually changed that, which was amazing. And you can now, as you can see, I can move and do abilities here. I can't really show you. I'll have to go outside to show you combat in a moment. But I like the fact that you can morph as well. There's different types of morphs that you can have. Now this is basically the mount system, the equivalent of having mounts. Now I know a lot of people. This one's gone a little bit 50-50. There's a lot of people in the community that they wish you would have just a traditional mount, and there's a lot of people like myself who actually think it's nice. It's a change. It's something different. It's not the same old thing. And you can also you have a majority, like a choice of mounts. So if you go to morph here, let's get rid of this. You can see that you have a big choice of different mounts. So you have different tigers here. You have wolves, and then you go down. They're basically just like reskins. Some of them you can obviously purchase, I'm assuming, and a lot of the ones that I've unlocked are basically just from playing the game. Then you also have ones for when you're gliding. I've only got the eagle at the moment, but you can see there's a big choice of looks you can have. There's also ones for swimming. This is just the basic one, but there's a lot of variety in the game. Like I said, some of them are obviously going to be in the store, but just think of them as like skins basically. But yeah, I like it because it's just something different. But let me show you some of the combat here. Let me attack this. So as you can see here, I'm doing abilities and I'm moving. The mage has a teleportation one. Not every ability can be done whilst moving though. Some do lock you in place, like this ability here. You have to be stationary. But in general, overall, you can just move. You can move and do attacks. You can jump and do attacks. So this is a huge improvement on what the game was before. Some of the other positives that I have personally so far is the fact that you can, as you can see here, I have my UI zoomed in a little bit, by the way, because normally it's zoomed so far out that it's really, really hard to read for me personally. Obviously I wear glasses, but in general, it was too small. The writing was too small. But yeah, you have so much stuff you can do here. The purple quests are basically the main story. The blue quests are like side missions, and then you have green ones here. Let me, where can I show you guys properly? Adventure, exploration, and then you have collection. These are like books that you can collect. But yeah, basically there's purple for the main story, blue for the side quests. You have green ones, which is guild contracts, and then you have yellow ones, which are I've got too many apparently, but you have yellow ones which are just basically you might as well call them side quests as well, but they're contracts, so slightly different. And then you have the exploration codex. So think of it as the blue and the yellow are side quests, the purple is just the main quest, and then the green ones are for your guild. So there is a lot of stuff to do whilst you're leveling. I'm not going to lie, some of the quests are a little bit boring, but I mean, if you can tell me an MMO that doesn't have the traditional boring, like go here and pick up this, kill that, you know, those sort of quests are kind of like just what MMOs, you know, quests are like. Story-wise, so far, the voice acting is in Korean, but the game is actually fully translated into English. So the story, although I'm not following it perfectly because I'm going to wait for global, it's actually done very, very well with regards to cutscenes. There's cinematic cutscenes. There's also 2D cutscenes. So yeah, that's done really, really well. There's also now here, you can see here, I'm in the classic mode, which is tab target, where you have to move the camera yourself. Hold down right mouse button and move the camera yourself. And then you want to click on things the traditional way. Or if you press V, this is what they call the action mode. So basically I can just move the camera freely and it will target whatever I'm like looking at. So if there's an enemy here, for example, I just hover over there and I can attack said person. That's another positive in my opinion. Now, with regards to the UI, if I press F10 here, you can see here, there is a lot of stuff here. So I don't dislike the look of the UI. There's a lot of people saying it looks like a mobile game. I don't really agree with that. I think the UI is quite nice. The only thing I do agree with, like basing it on a mobile game, is there is a lot of rewards. A little bit too many, if you ask me. And you'll find yourself constantly, if I can go to my inventory, you'll find yourself constantly getting boxes, and then when you open the boxes, you'll get materials, which is good, don't get me wrong, and you'll get a load of these contract tokens as well. So on that front, I think the UI is a little bit, there's too much going on to keep it simple. Looks wise, I like the look of it. The guild UI, I like the look of the guild UI. It's very clear here. It tells you what you can donate to the guild. So I go ahead and donate the Solent coins, but you can also go ahead and donate materials as well. Rewards here, look at this, just take a look. This is the guild rewards. Now, you don't even have to, the crazy thing about this is you don't even have to participate. Just as long as someone in your guild is doing something, like you can see here, the Carnage got rank 1. So we was all able to get a reward for that. My guild contribution for that one was 0 because I wasn't involved in that, but you can still claim rewards. So they've done a really good, the guild system is really good in this game, whereas in other games, the guild system is pretty, it doesn't really mean much. Now, some of the cons, gameplay wise, for me is when you do like big PvP, bear in mind, I joined in a few world bosses that PvP was enabled, and because I'm not max level, I got destroyed. Because in this game, it's all about level. The higher level you are, you're going to do more damage. Basically, if you're too low level, like for example, me now at level 22, I tried to attack a level 50 player, and I did 0 damage because I'm too low. So keep that in mind when this game comes to global. If you think you're going to be getting involved in some PvP before max level, you can, but if there's somebody higher level than you, you will be destroyed. So keep that in mind. But yeah, basically what I was going to say is when there's a massive zerg of players on the screen at once, it's a little bit hard to understand what is going on, because for some reason in this game you have the guild mark. As you can see here, I'm in Pirate Gaming, right? So you can see the anchor on my name, but that is all you can see. So when you're in a mass zerg of 50, 60, 70 players on the screen at once, with a lot of special VFX going on the screen, loads of things happening, you know, you're getting attacked by mobs, you're getting attacked by players, it's not the easiest to differentiate an enemy player, basically. So I'm not really sure what can be done about that. If you're zoomed in like I am now, then yes, it's going to be a lot easier. But obviously, you're not going to be able to see what's going on behind you. So you're going to want to be zoomed out. So that's what causes the problem, because the nameplates aren't very visible, and because it's like an open world Zerg, there isn't like in New World, for example, you're either blue, like your teammates are blue and the enemies are red, highlighted in red. But in the open world, this is open world, so no one is color coded, you know? So that is my only negative on the PvP. But is the PvP fun? Yes. But it's just very, very chaotic. And it's hard to, like I said, keep track of what is going on, exactly what is going on. Also, if you're more of a solo player, don't get me wrong, you can play this game solo, but you're going to have a more of a hard time when you start to get higher up in your levels. There's a lot of content which you're going to need to be with your guild or a party. Now, obviously, because this is the Korean version, you can't just, well, unless you speak Korean and you read Korean, you can't just basically, you know, type in chat, please, looking for party, looking for group, can you help me out? Because they're not going to answer you, unless you find some obviously English players. So yeah, bear that in mind. But obviously when it comes over to global in the Europe and in NA, it will be a lot easier to group up and do, you know, solo content, but then find also random people to team up with. Content wise, oh, I'm being attacked, nice. Let me just go ahead and kill this guy. Oh, you want to run away? So yeah, basically that's my only gripe with regards to you're gonna need to be in a group and a guild, but when it comes to global, I think that will be a lot easier to navigate on your own. And I know obviously somebody's going to say in the comment section, but it's an MMORPG, so you shouldn't play it solo. I understand that. Believe me, I understand that. But there's a lot of players that maybe they just want to chill solo. Maybe they're a casual player and they've only got a couple of hours and they just want to get on here and grind by themselves. Now, just say, I don't know, for argument's sake, you have no friends, you have no guild, you're very, very shy, you don't want to start. You can level to max level on your own. You're just going to have to do a lot of grinding. You're going to have to come to an area and farm a lot of mobs. So bear that in mind. It can be done, but it's going to take you a lot longer to level up. Now, with regards to me talking about casuals, I get the sense of feeling that this game is geared more towards the hardcore player, which of course this is, you know, obviously based on Lineage. I know it's not Lineage free, but it pretty much is. And I'm pretty sure, though, I never played Lineage 1 and 2, but I'm pretty sure they were very hardcore games. So if you are a casual and you don't have a lot of time, this might not be for you. And also, obviously, if you don't like tap target, I'm not sure if you're going to enjoy this game, because if you can't get past the tab target combat, then yeah, you're not going to have a fun time. But just bear that in mind, it's a free-to-play game. When it comes out in the West, what have you got to lose? It's free, try it, see if you like it. There's a ton of content. There's world bosses, there's world events, there's PvP world bosses, there's guild raids. There's guild dungeons. There's open world dungeons where sometimes it's PvP on or PvP off. There's also going to be a lot of content coming. There's 6-man dungeons as well. There isn't a like matchmaking for dungeons yet. I don't know why. Because now that they have instance dungeons, I'm hoping that down the line they're going to obviously also incorporate a matchmaking system so that you can just queue up and jump into an instance dungeon. Who knows? And down the line there's also going to be realm versus realm, so that's going to be exciting. Oh, and also there's a massive there's node wars. So there's siege wars for PvP, and there's also node wars where basically guilds can fight over this contested area, and if you win, you get a lot of bonuses and benefits from that. So that's pretty fun as well. So yeah, this is I don't want to be any longer than I already am, but basically my first impressions is so far combat is good, content is great, the UI I actually like the UI. It's a little bit cluttered. There's a bit too many rewards, and I know that sounds weird, but there's a bit too many rewards, so that comes across very mobile-like ish. The PvP, the massive PvP, is a little bit confusing to understand what is exactly going on. The quests are a little bit boring. Main story is actually really, really good. I like the main story. Yeah, and I also like the variety that you have different things to do. There's not just main story, side missions. There's events, there's main story, there's contracts, there's guild contracts. Trying to think if there's anything else that I've come across. Oh, there isn't any like chopping down trees and stuff. Well, you can, but it's not. If you like New World crafting, and if you like New Worlds where you can just gather and walk around the open world and level up your crafting skills, this isn't the game for you. You can't do that in this game. For me, that is great because I don't like all that. I don't see the point in chopping down trees for hours on end personally. But so that's a plus for me, but it could be a negative for you guys and girls out there. But yeah, that's it really. I'm going to obviously keep persevering. I'm going to level my character up to level 50, which is currently the soft cap at the moment. So then I can get a chance to participate in the end game. And then once I've obviously got to the end game, I'll do a full review of everything that I've experienced. But I'm not going to rush that out. I don't want to just rush the videos and rush the content to make a video. So I just wanted to do a first impressions. What would I give it out of 10 right now? Personally, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10 because, like I said, there is things that could be changed. But I'm also of the mindset that this is the Korean version, and we're still waiting for Amazon Game Studios to obviously give us any information about the Western global release. So things will be different in our version. The question is, how different are they going to be? Oh, one more thing I forgot before I go. There is no classes. It's like it's basically just based on weapons. So think of New World where it's a classless system. This is exactly the same. So if I go to my character here, you can see I'm using a staff and a wand and tomb. And then if I go to the skills page here, this is the skills. You need to basically get these books, as you can see here, to level up. So if I click on here, I own 3 books, so then I have a chance to go, obviously, from level 1 to level 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you here. I've got 3 books, so I'm going to click here. Let's try and level up. Okay, so it took all 3 of my books here. So think of like Lost Ark, but the benefit over Lost Ark is nothing gets destroyed, and you get all of these books by just playing the game. So it's not like, oh my god, I have to spend hundreds of like real money, pounds or dollars to level up. You can just get this by doing the game, playing the game. So yes, there is RNG, as in the fact that you could either 0 to 100 really quickly, or like then it took me 3 times. But I like that kind of thing. Some people don't. And is it easy to change weapons? It is easy in the sense that you can just get another weapon and change it, but you've invested all of your books into leveling. So I've invested all my books so far into my staff and wand. So if I put on greatsword and bow, for example, I'm gonna have to go and do all of that again. So what my opinion would be is I would wait till I've leveled up all of my staff and wand to max level, and then if I wanted to go ahead and play a different class, I would then do that, or make an alt, because I think it's easier to just make an alt. So you can have one alt as as whatever, and then another alt for another thing. But that's just my opinion. You don't need to do that. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it here because it's longer than I wanted the video to be. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. That's been my first impressions. 7 out of 10. I highly recommend you give the game a try at least when it comes to global. And yeah, leave me a comment down below if you're playing the game. What are your thoughts so far? And I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.